another video.
Hi, team. Hi, team.
There we go. We got the Bud in the house, y'all. Bud is helping me cook again. Bud is helping me cook. And Bud is going to learn how to cook something hearty. Y'all know we're getting ready to get into the fall of the year. And of course, my taste buds is all about soups, casseroles, and good dishes, okay? So with that being said, today I had a good taste for me some chili. Now, mind you, be still. I don't want you to fall, okay? Now, mind you, I ate out earlier. So if you haven't seen that live, me and my daughter went out to a buffet. I'm cooking this here, chili, because I want it to sit overnight and be delicious with them seasonings marinated in it for the next day. Okay? So Bud is here to help me cook this chili. Say hi again, Bud.
Hi. Hi, Team Vlog Team.
He said, hi, T-Vlog Team. And what are you going to help Auntie cook? Say chili.
Chili.
All right. So he's going to help me cook some chili. Let me show y'all guys what we got here. So guys, in this recipe, okay, at these seasonings, what's on this plate. And each one of these seasonings, I have a teaspoon or a tablespoon of it. So let's get into it, buddy. Start pointing at the first spice. Which one did you point at?
That one.
Okay, this one he pointed at is some smoked paprika. Yes, smoked paprika. And we have a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Let's point at another one. Point at another one. Here we have a tablespoon and a half of brown sugar. Let's point at another one, buddy. There we have some garlic powder, y'all. Garlic powder. Let's point at another one, buddy. And there we have a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Let's point at another one, buddy. The next one next to the black pepper, we got some Himalayan pink salt. Okay, let's point at the next one. We already seen that. Okay, when he's pointing out at a tablespoon of parsley. Let's point at another one, buddy. We got 3 over here. Okay, now he pointed at the onion powder. Point at another one, buddy. We got 2 more. And the next one he pointed at was the cumin. So we have a tablespoon of cumin and point at the last one. And the last one, we have a tablespoon of chili powder. So we finna get all these here mixed up. Now, in this bowl, don't touch this, buddy. Leave that like that, baby. Okay. In this bowl, me and Buddy have here, we have a mixture of onion, celery, and bell pepper. Okay. Finely chopped, ready to go to sear inside the pot so we can get this started. And we have here some olive oil that we're going to sear in the pot. And of course, for these vegetables, we have here some tomato paste. We have here some green chilies, diced tomatoes. We have here some light red kidney beans. And we have here, I didn't have any other kidney beans, so we're going to add it off with some pork and beans, y'all, and tomato sauce. Okay? Now, if you don't have kidney beans, you can add black beans, whatever beans you like. If you don't like beans, you can omit the beans and you can add lentils if you want to. Okay? And then here, we're going to do ground turkey because this came from the food pantry, y'all. So we're going to use the ground turkey. All right, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get in. We finna get in here, and from here on out, will be a voiceover. Hey, everybody. So me and Buddy is getting ready to get this chili together. Thank you all for coming in to see this video. So now I'm adding a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin, to the pan, okay? Now that was ground beef, I meant to say, and I said ground turkey. And I'm using the ground beef because I got this from the food pantry, and it really was good, y'all. Of course, ground beef builds its own fat, but of course, you know, I love using extra virgin olive oil, and I wasn't for sure how lean this ground beef was. So I decided to go ahead and add just a little extra virgin olive oil in the pan. So now I'm looking around trying to get a knife so I can go ahead and cut open this ground beef and get it into the pan and start cutting it up so I can get it cooked. So sorry about the interruption. You know, Didi always want to be a part of the center of attraction. So anyway, let's get this on in here, y'all. And then Buddy is just getting this meat on in here. And so I had to drop some. So let me get this up off the floor. Now, mind you, he wanted to cook the meat. But I told him, I said, I can't let you scramble the meat, but I'll let you help with the vegetables because I don't want you to get popped with the meat. The best thing about having kids help you in the kitchen, do the prep yourself. Chop up all the stuff. Let them put it in the bowl, which Buddy did with me. I didn't get a chance to show none of that on the channel because this chili was my 1:30 simmer chili on the stove, okay? Usually, when I cook chili like that, I cook it in a Dutch pot. But I decided to just use the smaller pot here. So I'm taking a few of these seasons and I'm going to just sprinkle just a little bit over my meat. Of course, it might not be enough to season it, but, you know, I'm letting him sprinkle a little garlic powder over the meat. So he got a little pinch and he sprinkled it on there. Then I told him to get the green one. He sprinkled a little bit of that on there. Now I told him to get a little of that smoked paprika and he sprinkled a little bit on there. So I'm putting the seasoning back because that's going to be what's going to go into the pot once I get everything in there fully. So we're just going to go ahead and get this meat cooked up. And then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like once it's cooked up. Okay? Now, the meat is fully cooked. All I have to do now is drain the meat. And let's see what happens in the next clip. So now, I took the same pan with the same oil in it. And I have Buddy to dump I'm showing him how to dump all the vegetables in there. He helps me. Okay, so I take the little measuring spoon and get all them good vegetables out of there. So I had some onions, bell peppers, and celery chopped up here in the bowl. And I wanted to put all this in here and to make this chili kind of like a soup, but it wasn't like soupy. It was thick and good and hearty, and it was delicious, y'all. I have been wanting a bowl of chili for the last 3 weeks, but I've been cooking other stuff, you know, like the freezer meals that I've been promising to bring. But I definitely wanted to bring my 1:30 slow cooked chili. Now, I didn't do it in the Dutch oven like I normally would, but it doesn't matter. You can use any pot you choose. Excuse me, y'all. But just make sure that you blend it. See, now you got a chance to hear that sizzle on them vegetables. Them vegetables, y'all, had my house smell like Thanksgiving. You know how you saute your vegetables and then you get ready to put it in the dressing? Well, that's how that smelled, okay? So I just decided to go ahead and saute these vegetables up because I basically could have put them in there raw in the broth and the juice and stuff and then let it cook. But I decided to saute them because I wanted the flavor of the vegetables to come out and pop into the chili, okay? But he said he wanted to stir it, so I told him, be careful because I don't want you to flip the vegetables out the pan. And he did such a good job. That was my bud. So I just decided to continue flipping them and okay, y'all. So I like to let him do and help himself doing the stirring. And the reason I do that is because when you get your kids in the kitchen to teach them how to cook, it's also teaching them the colors of the food too. Okay? It may give them an idea what they want to do when they get older. Okay? But I forgot to show you in my ingredients what I also have, and I have some beef broth here. I'm going to use some beef broth and water. Now, this is the regular beef broth, okay? I should have had low sodium beef broth, but I'm going to use what I have in my refrigerator. And the reason I'm doing that, why I'm doing that is because I want to go ahead and use what I have in my refrigerator, and I'm going to dilute it with water, okay? So I'm going to use 2 cups of beef broth to 2 cups of water, and then I'm going to let this simmer, okay? Let's get back into it. Okay, y'all, so now we are at the point where the vegetables are done almost. I just decided to turn them a little bit more and just make sure that I really got the flavors out of them. So I cooked these about 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, and let's see.
Let me right here.
Yes, hold on.
Can I hold that for you?
Yes, you can. He's such a sweetheart. He wanted to hold the cup while I pour the beef broth into the pot. So now I'm getting ready to pour the beef broth into the cup. He couldn't barely hold it where I could get the full cup, but that's okay. He's helping. Now, mind you, the pot is not on. The pot is not on, okay? So I'm pouring 2 cups of beef broth, and then I'm going to blend in 2 cups of water. So 1-to-1 ratio. 2 cups of beef broth, 2 cups of regular water, okay? So now we're going to get all the rest of those things in there. Look at him. He ready to help. Look at him. That's my bud, y'all. So now we're going to go ahead and add that ground beef off into the pot. And Buddy helped me pour it in the pot. Okay? And then now we're going to go ahead and add those vegetables into the pot. Now, I don't want him to pour it. He asked me, could he do it? But I told him, no, I want him to take the fork and scrape all the vegetables down into the pot. And I said, be careful because the pan is hot. So he proceeded to do that. He did such a good job. He got all the vegetables down into the pot. So all I had was just a few little left, and I just proceeded to get them off of there. But he did such a good job being a big helper. Buddy gonna grow up and be a chef. And not only just teaching him how to cook, but he also learning the colors of the food. You know what I'm saying? This is a good way to teach your children at this age. To learn the colors of the food, to know the nutrition of the food. They may not remember the nutrition value, but hey, teaching them how to add vegetables to your meals, yes, this will get them a way to eat their vegetables. Because once they be a big help to learning how to cook, they'll learn how to want to eat their vegetables. I did it with my kids when they were little. So I did it with my Bud. So Bud wanted to pour the tomatoes in there. He did a good job. It kind of splashed everywhere, but that's okay. He did a good job. So now I'm getting the can of beans together to put those in there. So Bud, I was rinsing off the beans so he could put them in there. So that's what we're doing now, which is the kidney beans. So I rinse them off, and then I come over to the thing and let Bud turn them off in there. Pour them in there, buddy. So now I had to get the pork and beans and pour them in there because I didn't want him to cut himself on that little thing, so the top. So yeah, I decided to do that one. And then now we're gonna mix the seasonings up in here. He wanted to stir it up. That's what he was asking. Could he stir it up? But I told him, not just yet. I'm gonna do it because I see that the pot is getting really full. So I was gonna stir everything up and try to incorporate everything before we actually add the seasonings. So now I'm going ready to go over and grab the plate and let him pour all those seasonings in there. Now he did kind of actually accidentally spill some of the garlic powder on the stove, but that's okay. Majority of the seasonings went into the pot, so that was a good thing. I cleaned it up, you know. He said, Bud, I messed up. I said, oh, that's okay, Bud. You did a good job. You put all of them in there. He said, I did good. I said, yes, you did, buddy. So now we're mixing up the seasonings, you know, and getting them all incorporated real well. Okay? So that's what you want to do. Teach them and let them learn, you know. So now, you know, of course, me, I can't cook this food without cleaning up the mess. Not do that. I could have easily cleaned this up before, you know, after this pot chili was done. But I said, no, I'm going to go on and clean this up. That's why my daughter always say, you got OCD, Mom. I said, well, I see OC whatever. So, cleaning up my mess. Me and Bud's mess. And now we're going to cut the pot on. And we're going to let this chili simmer for an hour and 30 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a half a can of tomato paste. That's what I'm doing here. Adding a half a can of tomato paste. And he had a good time eating his chili. He enjoyed his chili. He had chili, banana nut bread, and an orange. And that was dinner. Yes. So now I'm stirring this up really well, making sure everything is incorporated really good. And then I'm going to put the top on there and just let it start cooking. I want to get a rolling boil first before I actually cut it down, and then let it simmer. Okay, so that's what we're doing right here. Okay, so now I'm letting Bud put the top on, and then that's what we're gonna do. Just let it go ahead and cook. So okay, y'all. So once this gets done, we will bring back the piece of the resistance to you guys. Okay, but we are letting this be one of those long simmering chilies. It wants to take about an hour or so to cook. Okay, so that's what I wanted. A good, nice, hearty bowl of chili. Okay, and you see all them fresh vegetables me and Buddy put in there, and the seasonings. Oh wow, does that sound like it's gonna be a good meal, Buddy? Buddy? Yes. Yeah. Does that sound like it's gonna be a good meal?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that, y'all, but he happy to see Shay Shay. Okay, so we'll get back and show you what the piece of resistance look like. Okay, so now if we got that rolling boil, I remember that I need to put a couple of bay leaves off into this chili. So I reach up in my cabinet and I grabbed my bay leaves out, and it started simmering. So I wanted to put the bay leaves in there before it actually started fully boiling. Okay, so let's get them bay leaves in. I put about 3-4 bay leaves in there, and let's come back and check on it and see what's going on. Okay, y'all, look at this chili. Doesn't that look wonderful, y'all? Now, it was starting to spill over on my stove, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, hey, I got my darn dishwashing spray to clean it up. But overall, this chili was super duper good. That simmer and all those spices that I put in this chili was all 100. Now, I usually, when I do slow simmering chili like this, I love to add a little cinnamon or a cinnamon stick in it. But it was okay. I missed the cinnamon. But it's good with cinnamon in it. If you have never had chili with cinnamon in it, you ought to try it. It's really good. But anyway, I added just a little more chili powder, just a little more, and that was okay. So I went on and mixed that in with those bay leaves, and it started as it continued cooking. It's starting to thicken. You can see the consistency of it. So it's starting to thicken on its own, and there we go. Just putting the top on it and just letting it go ahead and continue cooking on its own. Now, y'all, that bowl that I had, that y'all gonna see at the end, was super good. And Buddy, he enjoyed his too. And yes, this here made it feel like fall in my house today. Let's check it out. Okay, y'all, let's check it out. Look at that chili. You see, and it started cooking down, and you see how it's getting thick. Look at that. Y'all, I will say, make your chili like this, because the longer you let it cook, the better it is. So I'm starting to discard the bay leaves. And by this time, when I started discarding the bay leaves, it had already cooked for about 50 minutes. So I still had 40 minutes left to cook. Maybe 30. Yeah, 30 minutes at the most. So it had already cooked. for an hour, almost there. So I'm taking the bay leaves out because the flavorful of the bay leaves then gave it its feel. So that's what I'm doing. Study searching for bay leaves because I know I put in there more than one. So I had to, kind of shorten the film on here because I'm still searching. But by the time I stopped the film, I finally found all the bay leaves. So now I'm getting ready to dip up Buddy's bowl of chili. I went on a dip to his a little early, and it's completely done anyway because everything was completely done. I just want a thick consistency of this chili. That's all I wanted. And so there we go, Buddy's bowl of chili. Okay, and now I'm gonna let Bud put his cheese on his chili. Check this out, y'all. No. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Listen. More cheese. There you go. This is good. If you guys want to know how me and Buddy made this 1 hour and 30 minutes simmered good hearty bowl of chili, and this is his bowl with a piece of banana nut bread. Follow us over at Simple Meals by T Blog. Simple Meals by T Blog and Space the Wordings. Love you guys. Say bye.
Bye.
And here is mine, y'all. Ready to eat. All right, y'all.